Take two people with the same background, education, and starting salary. Over a decade, their net worths often move in opposite directions. These diverging paths result from specific psychological patterns rather than a difference in luck or effort. Roughly 70% of individuals with an IQ above 130 never accumulate meaningful wealth throughout their lifetimes. They possess every academic advantage, yet remain financially stagnant. This disparity often breeds a quiet, persistent resentment. Highly intelligent people frequently view the success of others as a moral or legal failure. They suggest their peers must have acted immorally because the alternative, that their own intellectual potential is not the primary driver of wealth, challenges the very core of their identity. The marketplace ignores the gold stars and academic praise that defined your early life. It functions on a different set of rules, where tangible output is the only metric that matters. The roadblock begins with a disconnect in how the brain processes information. High IQ individuals often maximize declarative knowledge, the theory behind how a system works. However, they frequently neglect procedural knowledge, which is the messy, practical act of doing the work. You cannot build physical strength simply by reading about biomechanics. Years of academic conditioning reinforce this paralysis. In the classroom, you were rewarded for the correct answer and praised for avoiding errors. This teaches smart people to optimize for the approval of others and the avoidance of failure, rather than the calculated risks necessary to build wealth. This defensive mindset keeps them on the sidelines. They can articulate every theoretical risk of the stock market, real estate, or Bitcoin, while failing to realize these are the exact vehicles building wealth for the people they look down upon. Intelligence without execution often functions as an elaborate protection of the ego. It provides a way to feel superior while avoiding the potential embarrassment of a real-world mistake. This leads to the complexity illusion. Highly analytical people often hoard information as a form of procrastination. They open dozens of browser tabs and read 40 books on portfolio construction before making their first investment, confusing preparation with progress. This tendency toward over-engineering has famous parallels. An old industry joke claims that NASA spent $150 million developing a pen that could write in zero gravity, requiring complex ink delivery systems and pressurized reservoirs. By contrast, the Chinese space program achieved the same result by providing their astronauts with a standard pencil. This chart shows how that complexity translates to a bank account. Person A sets up a simple automatic monthly contribution at age 25 and retires with $1.2 million. Person B spends a decade researching advanced theories and starts at age 35, reaching only $585,000. The shaded gap represents a $650,000 penalty. This is the precise cost of waiting until you feel perfectly informed. In a shifting market, those who act first learn more than those locked in a room doing research. Waiting for perfect information is often the most expensive error a high IQ individual can make. Smart people also fall victim to cognitive effort bias. They overvalue the feeling of figuring something out for themselves, which leads them to solve the wrong problems entirely. They spend an entire day optimizing credit card points or hunting for a slightly better interest rate on a savings account. These are $3 problems. They consume massive brain power, while a $30,000 question, like negotiating a base salary, goes ignored. This bar chart visualizes the impact of a macro win. One single conversation to secure a $25,000 raise results in $1.1 million in additional lifetime earnings when compounded over 30 years. Yet these high earners often hire a financial advisor and pay a 1% assets under management fee for a sense of security. They assume a high fee implies a sophisticated service. This shows the compounding cost. Over a lifetime, that 1% drains $400,000 from a portfolio compared to a simple index fund. Optimizing a tiny expense while ignoring a massive structural leak constitutes high-level self-sabotage. Intellectual ego often forces smart people to defend poor decisions. They stay in dying industries or hold on to degrees they regret. Their intelligence becomes a tool for justifying a sinking ship. That same ego leads them to look down on soft skills like sales, negotiation, or storytelling. They dismiss these as fake skills, ignoring World Economic Forum data showing that 8 of the 10 highest-paying competencies on Earth are based on communication and emotional intelligence. Academic conditioning heavily encourages the relentless pursuit of prestige over direct market profit. Smart people often view the act of asking for money or selling a product as morally suspicious, prioritizing institutional reputation over direct market contribution. When two risk-averse intellectuals partner together, this analysis paralysis doubles. Harvard Business School research indicates that households comprised of two high IQ individuals take 2.3 times longer to make major life decisions compared to the general population. They build a library of reasons not to act. This intellectual ego creates a psychological prison where academic status is perfectly preserved, but true financial freedom is permanently sacrificed. Reversing this cycle requires a trade-off. Effective wealth creation feels aggressively, intentionally boring. Many intelligent people try to outsmart the market by timing their trades based on daily news cycles. Statistically, this is a guaranteed method for destroying capital. The proven strategy is to automate investments into low-cost index funds and refuse to fiddle with the system. Wealth rewards consistency rather than novelty or complex analysis. High earners must also avoid resetting the starting line. Earning more often leads to spending more on status symbols, which keeps the wealth gap narrow regardless of income growth. Wealth scales through quiet, fully automated systems. It is the result of removing friction, not adding intellectual complexity. Consider the difference in focus. The academic mind often craves friction and complexity, while the wealthy ruthlessly seek leverage and scale. Winning requires you to stop trying to be the smartest person in the room. You must focus entirely on solving expensive problems clearly and simply. Theoretical knowledge provides no value without action. The only valid intelligence test is whether you secure the life you actually want.